wouldn't allow anyone to click live.
Yeah, you have you live on TikTok now? Oh yeah, I can see you now. That's fine.
Okay.
Cool. Right, round two.
Cool. Right, I'm just going to post to let people know that we're live again. Hopefully this time works. You don't seem laggy this time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no.
But I can't really for the sake of 2 months.
You're lagging again. Okay. Oh no. I was going to say you look like you're back, but no, you've lagged again.
I don't really know what to do.
Have you changed anything since Wednesday?
Nah.
If you search speed test on Chrome and choose
I've done
Oopla,
that. It's running at 50 MPS or something, whatever it is.
Interesting. That should be enough to get a good live going. Mine's like 600, 700.
Yeah, it's nowhere near what mine is. I mean, mine's nowhere near what that is. Is it still lagging or is it all right? Or is it variable or not?
Mine's 838, powered by Ethernet cable. But 50, if you've got 50, that should be enough to stream without lagging.
Well, that's what I thought. Thought it needs to be like 30 minimum, so it should be okay. I don't understand because everything else is running fine.
Your face is lagging, but your voice is okay, so I think that'll be enough. Maybe close all your Chrome tabs.
Yeah, that's what I'm just going to go through now and just get rid of everything.
Okay. To be honest, as long as your voice is not lagging and we can keep a conversation, I don't mind.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Right. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream.
Yeah, we had some tech issues. Sam's internet is absolute garbage, but hopefully it should hold out this time. I say that and your internet craps out. That's so bad. Right as I let the community know that we're live as well. And it officially says we're live on TikTok. Cool. Right, well, welcome to the live, guys. While Sam is having continued tech issues, I'm just going to talk until he comes back, which sounds like it might be now. JB, morning. Maria can't log in to watch. Is Jay not in today? Okay, JB, what Maria needs to do is she needs to screen share with me, and then I can log her in through a QR code scan. Sam, are you there at all? Probably not. Elliot, how are you today, my friend? Good to see you in here. Worth the find. Sam Lav entered the studio. Okay, let's remove you from there and add you from here. Hello, Sammy boy.
Hello.
Okay, I'm kicking the other version of you. Right, you seem good.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Perfect. All right, guys. So Sam and I are here to talk Amazon FBA. It is Friday on a very sunny day. It's very hot in my studio, and Sam is having terrible tech issues. So we're having a good time so far. How are you guys doing today? And how are you, Sam?
I am good, thank you, mate. Minus tech issues, I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. My fiance has been contracting for the last 2 days, and we've been up we haven't really slept for 3 days. And we saw the midwife yesterday, and she reckons the baby's coming today or tomorrow. So we've realized how much baby stuff we still need to get. So we were running around earlier today to grab that.
Do you reckon you're all sorted?
I need to get the caddies from Amazon, and other than that, I think I'm okay. We'll play it by ear and learn as you go.
That's the best way to do it. I know so many people when they have babies end up just buying absolutely everything and anything, and then they realize half of it they don't even need anyway. So you're better off just figuring out what you need and buying it as you go.
Yeah, exactly. There's some like core things like nappies and stuff like that, but
yeah, that'd be quite vital to have from day one.
Yeah, JB, message me on Discord. And try to keep it concise, just because I want to pay attention to the live, not to Discord messages.
Yeah, JB. Stop your waffling.
All right, so we've got a couple of things here. Elliot said, "Good. How about yourself?" Yeah, really good. Thanks, mate. I'm just so warm. I've got an AC in this room, but the glue that holds the thing in place to the window keeps melting in the sun. That's how hot this room is. So yeah, I haven't got an AC on here today, so I'm just going to sweat through these clothes until the live is over, and then go have a shower.
It's not that hot down here today.
No,
not compared to how it has been. It's it's all right, to be fair.
Bright Bobo, how are you guys? We are really good, thank you. We've been having some tech issues on these lives, so thank you for everyone who came back and was patient there. How are you today, Bright Bobo? CNL, any tips to help win the buy box? Yeah, winning the buy box is pretty simple, to be honest. You just need to maintain good account health, maintain your IPI score, try to get positive reviews and strike through negative reviews. Have enough stock in comparison to your competition. So if you're joining a listing against sellers that have thousands of reviews and loads of stock, you're probably going to get less buy box time than that seller if you're only buying 5 to 10 units. Maintain the buy box price. Do not be the cheapest price on the listing. Just maintain the buy box price and be patient. And in the rare occasions where you're not getting the buy box, then you can consider undercutting a little bit. But if people just immediately match your price, then don't bother undercutting, because you're just going to tank a listing. The buy box is also affected by where your stock is geographically located in comparison to the customer buying it. So if you're a brand new seller, which CNL I think you are probably going to struggle initially to get the buy box versus other sellers, but it will happen with time. Just be patient, max the buy box price, and follow all the steps I just said. Would you add anything to that, Sam?
No, like winning the buy box is like a long-term play. You need to have all those things Sean mentioned to then help your chance of winning the buy box. If you're talking about from like a quick win where you want to win the buy box today, then there's no real strategy, or you're not really able to do that. Like, you can tank the listing, but it's not going to help you, because most people on the listing probably have reprices and they'll match you within 5 minutes, and then you're just no better off. So if you want a quick win, there isn't really one. It's just about being patient, and it comes with time. The more all the metrics improve on your account, then the more chance you will have at winning the buy box in the long run.
Yeah, 100%. Brockwell, welcome to the live. Thank you. JB, lighting looks good in there. Thank you very much. I almost forgot to turn the lights on. Wait, hold on. Let me try and get out of the way. Ta-da! Made it look all nice and pretty, and now you can't see it because my big ass is sat in the way. Brockwell, yo, welcome, mate. CNL. Am I fighting a losing battle if the buy box winner is Amazon? No, not necessarily. Amazon are probably going to hold more of the buy box than you. The few occasions where we would undercut is when we're competing against Amazon. If you've held the buy box for like a week and you haven't had any time, then I would undercut Amazon. But you just need to be patient. It will happen.
Yeah, it's just purely down to patience.
CNL is a brand new seller. They didn't think about the geography playing a part, but thanks. Yeah, there's loads of factors that affect it. Your seller metrics, IPI score, inventory count, recent reviews. If you just got a negative review, that will affect your buy box time. Who you're competing against. Sam will tell you he gave wholesale a try in America and he just didn't get anywhere, because every time he ran a successful test buy, he would spend a lot of money on stock on a product, and then these massive sellers would jump on the listing that had like tens of thousands of reviews.
Yeah, it's it was a bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you, and it's kind of why I sacked it off. Every time I did like you say, a test, then it was it worked well, and product sold well, made decent profit, then as soon as you went deep on it and bought like 100, 200, 1,000 units, then yeah, it all just went, it was a complete mess. So yeah, I sort of sacked it off after a while.
Brockwell said you're selling higher ticket or lower, right? So you do a combination of both. For you, Brockwell, I can't remember how much capital you're starting with. High ticket in the beginning, when you don't have a lot of capital, is very risky. You don't want to tie up too much of your cash on a single brand. So you want to go for a bit of a mix, build up your cash flow over time, and then when you have more money, then do more high ticket. Someone I know who's done incredibly well with Amazon did really low margin, really fast selling products for a long time to build up their account health. And then they got into high ticket, and now they do a mix of both because they pivoted away from doing loads of like low margin wholesale to do high ticket, but then high ticket had a lot of returns. So I think a mix of both is a really good place to be, as long as you've got the capital and it's not taking up too much allocation per brand.
Yeah, 100%. A good mix is the way you want to do it. To be honest with you, you want to have a mix of everything, like a mix of slow sellers, mix of fast sellers, mix of high value stock, a mix of low value stock, and have a real good mix is I think one of the best things to do, especially when starting out. You don't want to have too much low value, too much like low selling stock, because then everything's just going to be slow. So yeah, mix it up. It will definitely help.
Yeah, for sure. Braxax, welcome to the live. Hi, Sean. How long can one hold the buy box for? You had your first sale. Congratulations. That's really good to see. I'm really glad to see you got the ball rolling. How did that feel? Was the dopamine hit fun? How long can you hold the buy box for? Really good question. Completely impossible to answer. It entirely depends on the listing. It depends on how many sellers are on it, how many people are in the buy box price, where is their stock geographically located, versus the customer buying. There's a lot of these reprices that like to claim they get you time in the buy box, they spike the price to make you more profit, and it's all hunky-dory. What we've seen in our own stores from testing, I'm not saying that this is true for everyone, I'm just saying what we've experienced split testing this in our own stores. When you use reprices that get you the buy box and then spike it, that typically makes you lose the buy box faster, and you potentially could be making more money if you just maintained the buy box price and sold through your inventory. So say you're making £3 a unit on a product, £3 profit, £3 profit. You spike the buy box price and you get £6 profit for one sale, but then you lose the buy box. In comparison, you could have maintained that £3 profit, kept the buy box the whole time, and sold out all of your stock, which makes you more money. It's what we've seen in our own stores, but I've spoken to SellerSnap and they say it's not what they see in their data, but they do the spike thing for marketing. So I'm not saying they're lies. It's just, it's not what we've seen in our stores. Yours the same, right, Sam?
Yeah, I don't really believe it, to be honest with you. Like, you see, there's two repricers in particular who market themselves as use our repricer, we will make you X amount of money above the buy box price, and they've got like a little, not like a graph, but like a little like stat which says, oh, you've made an extra £2,000 above the buy box price because this is what our repricer has done. When pretty much, as Sean said, it's like, yeah, great, well, you've managed to price above the buy box for a few of the things, but how many times have you lost the buy box because you've then priced too high? Like everyone knows, Amazon, you win one of the main factors of winning the buy box is price. So if you start increasing your price above everyone else, you're going to lose the buy box. Like, it's a fact. Yeah, you might keep it for 5, 10, 15 minutes, but you will lose that buy box because your price will then be uncompetitive compared to everyone else. So yeah, you making an extra 50p a pound per product when you're pricing it above, is that going to be better than you just keeping it at the buy box price and possibly maintaining the buy box for longer? I don't know. I would have thought you'll be better off, keeping that buy box for as long as possible rather than trying to price yourself out of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I completely agree. CNL said thanks. Athea said hello. How are you both? We are very well. I'm very warm. Sam was dealing with tech issues, but now he's good.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Brockwell, I've done 30K in like 4 months revenues, but I have a mentor, so capital is around 6K, 6 to 8K. Firstly, congratulations. 30K in 4 months is really, really good for a beginner. That's very cool. I am brokenhearted that you decided not to work with us, Brockwell, but it sounds like your mentor is good. I don't know who you've gone with, but I hope they support you and they do well. You said they do 2 million a year. Yeah, I mean, 6 to 8K. Try a little bit of high ticket. Try a little bit. As I say, no more than 5 to 10% of your overall capital per brand. Do a bit of a mix, and I think you will get good results. And don't forget, every 200 units of sales you make is 4 account health points. The higher account health you have, the more time you get in the buy box. So if you do only high ticket, you're not going to be selling that many units, which isn't going to build up your account health over time. So there is it's different strategies, different strokes for different folks. You have to figure out what you want to do.
Agreed, definitely. And you might not like high ticket. You might prefer the low ticket stuff. You might find it easier to source low ticket, or sort of vice versa. So just give it all a go, and then just see what you like and see what you prefer.
Yeah, and high ticket seems really exciting when you make sales. It can become very stressful when you start getting returns. That's what you need to be careful with there.
Yes, exactly. You need to be able to stomach a £200, £300, £400 return and not get emotional about it.
Yeah. Athea said, is it likely that sales per month will drop if listings is understocked? It's likely that the listing will die off if the people on the listing don't have any stock. If you're doing arbitrage and you found a listing that has good sales per month and everyone is running out of stock, that's a really good lead. That's the kind of lead I would probably take a little bit more of a punt on and put more money into it. But to each their own. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying what I might do in that situation if I've analyzed the listing correctly and it looks good and the lead wasn't too easy to find. If the lead was really easy to find, then other people might find it as well. Elliot went for a lead with 60% ROI, but only 17 sales per month. Hopefully goes well. Elliot, so what you've talked about there is high ROI, low sales per month, obviously, given what you said. We actually tested this on our own stores between Reese Cow and myself. High ROI, low sales per month can be really good, but you don't want to fill your inventory with them because it will massively hurt your cash flow. So again, just like we were saying with high ticket, a little bit of a mix of both. Lower margin, fast sellers is really good. High ROI, slow sellers is good in moderation. And then obviously, if you can get high ROI, fast sellers, that's your golden goose right there.
Yeah, most definitely.
Brockwell said, my mentor does 2 million a year, but doesn't use a repricer. What's your thoughts on reprices? Yeah, that's fair. Depending on the amount of ASINs they have, it might be a lot of manual data, manual entry they're doing every day. But if they're doing 2 million a year, they probably know what they're doing. No repricer is hands off. You have to be manual with every repricer, regardless of how they advertise it. We've tried a bunch of them. SDKs is probably the best. Amazon has a free repricer now. I've heard from people that that's gotten a lot better. But that's from people in the kind of private label wholesale space. So I don't know how good it is in arbitrage. But yeah, obviously, if you can allocate a certain amount of time today to do manual pricing, then that's absolutely fine. And you can always test both. One of the things with Amazon, learning from other people with strategy is really good. Learning from other people's experience, you have to take with a pinch of salt because we are in a business model that's affected by algorithms. So what's happened to me might not happen to you. And it's impossible to say because everyone's store is different based on the algorithms. And I know that sounds annoying to hear, but it's true. It's absolutely true. And it's true no matter what platform you sell on. It could be eBay, Amazon, Meta, ad accounts. We're all at the behest of algorithms.
Yeah, unfortunately so.
Stefan said, hello there. Hello, Stefan. How are you? Brockwell, I've done some laptops, but like you say, I've had a couple of returns. It's just annoying. Yeah, exactly. High ticket can be really good, really exciting. I said to Sam the other day, I've made £1,000 profit from a single product sale, and I made 1,500 and something pounds profit in the single day because I sold other stuff. That was a really high ticket camera. And I'm not kidding you, for like 3 to 6 months in the back of my mind constantly, I was like, please don't return it. Please don't return it. Luckily, it's been long enough now that I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, that is something you have to worry about with high ticket, which is why you shouldn't do it with too little capital.
Yeah, 100%. Because the return on that would absolutely kill you if you've got low funds.
Stefan said, can you find good OA deals on wholesalers' websites? I wouldn't personally consider that OA. OA, I consider buying from major retailers. If you're finding deals on wholesalers' websites, that's wholesale. It's kind of the same thing, but would you classify that the same way? I guess it is kind of arbitrage, I suppose.
It is, but I guess it's more if you're buying from wholesalers, right? You're doing wholesale. But
Yeah.
I feel like if you're buying from a wholesaler website, I can imagine they're a very good wholesaler, and they're more like a retail company. Like realistically, most wholesalers who are good, you're not sourcing from their website. Like you're speaking to them, they're sending you potential leads, they're sending you price lists, and it goes via that. Like if you're actually sourcing on their website, yeah, I can imagine they'd be a very good wholesaler if I'm honest.
Yeah, and like to be honest with you, I've done wholesale long enough to know that if you're just going on a price list on a wholesaler's website, it's a massive waste of time most of the time. I spent 2 months, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I spent 2 months before I found my first supplier that was profitable for wholesale. And every single price list that I manually went through was a gigantic waste of time.
Yeah.
What Sam said is true. You want to build a relationship with the supplier and hopefully have them send you good leads that they get. And hopefully those leads aren't shared with too many other people. This is what we've brought into our mentorship, and it's what we're growing in the background. We have wholesale and distributor relationships, and we are making contracts with these suppliers that when they send us leads, they are only supplying it to our group. And the idea is they have a set amount that they need to sell, and our group tries to buy them out. And it will be moving to our prep clients as well, because as you can imagine, the better our prep clients do, the better our prep center does. So it works very well. And people in our mentorship who buy the wholesale leads directly from us, they get discounted prep rates as well because they're buying the lead directly through us. That's how we make our money with it. Elliot, yeah, I've only bought 12 units. Really want to get fast sellers, even with 25% ROI, to get my health better. Yeah, it's a good idea. I think when you're non-VAT registered, you probably shouldn't be going under 30% ROI. And the reason for that is if you go under 30% ROI too much as a non-VAT registered seller, when you hit that VAT reg, you're going to have a really hard time because your sourcing ability is not going to be able to cope with needing to find harder to find leads. So as a non-VAT registered seller, I would say always aim for 30% ROI as a minimum. Personally, that's what I would say.
Yeah, 100%. You don't really want to be going much less than 30%. Yeah, 30% should be bottom line if you're non-VAT reg, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Brockwell said Defo Cannon. Nice guess, but I'm not going to say. Athea, Elliot, they're definitely out there. One of my replenishables sold 30 in 2 days and it's 30 to 40% ROI. Great job, Athea. Well done. Braxax, what should you do if a listing you're on suddenly goes into no featured price? Do you still get sales regardless? So what I think you're talking about there is a suppressed buy box listing. What that means is Amazon is determining that the buy box price people are trying to sell at is too expensive. And what you can do is you can go through Keeper and you can see what price Amazon deems is an acceptable price to sell. But suppressed buy box listings are fine as long as the product is still selling. This is one of those occasions where you need to be able to match the lowest price on the listing. Don't undercut and be the cheapest price. Whatever the cheapest price is, you just need to match that, because whenever someone buys it, they're going to click on see all buying options and they're just going to choose the cheapest they see. So as long as you're profitable at that buy price, then you can keep selling it. Suppressed buy box listings can actually be really good.
Yeah, agreed. And the buy box can come back as well. You want to just monitor it. There could be a reason why the buy box is not there. But yeah, the buy box definitely come back, and it's worth doing your analysis before you buy the product. Like, is that a trend? Has that happened before? And then were you kind of expecting it, or is it like completely out of the blue? But as Sean said, like if the buy box isn't there, it's because the price isn't competitive in Amazon's eyes. So it's obviously on discount somewhere. So you could end up finding it and maybe buying it again at a better price to resell at maybe.
You getting any questions on your side?
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to sort my clicker out.
No, it's okay. Fair enough. Athea, Elliot, I'm trying to diversify into more higher ticket too. Yeah, Athea, I would say be very careful because I know you have. I know how much capital roughly you have, so I would just say be very careful. Don't go too hard with high ticket at that stage. Elliot said that's a good plan. Braxac said thank you, no problem at all. Do you guys have any more questions? If not, I will. I'll bang out Claude and get some talking points. We've had a very. I actually, that is a good point. Actually, I need to not only apologize, but I need to give some background to what's been going on the last couple of weeks. So, some people have been saying it's been our communication has been quite bad the last week, and we've had a lot of internal discussions about it. And you guys have probably seen I've not been going live as usual as I usually do. So, Cal hasn't taken a holiday in a long, long time. He went on the stag do and he got really bad heat stroke. And for the last week, he's been in bed really sick. And I think he's still in bed today. He's really not been well. Reese has been fully developing our new prep warehouse whilst Cal has been sick. And we have a very strict move-in date that we have to get our old prep clients over to the new unit. So he's not been able to touch his phone at all. Even we, like Sam and I, even we and the rest of the people in the team have not been able to get hold of Reese or Cal. So it's been very challenging. And I've been in and out of the hospital because my partner's due to give birth at any moment, hopefully maybe today or tomorrow. So the lack of communication with us, if any of you guys have been affected by that, I do really apologize. It's very abnormal. We are working on our processes internally so that if something like this happens, the flow can keep going. So we're going to anytime someone goes away, we're going to start doing very refined handovers. We're going to start documenting and recording guides to every single internal process. So if Reese is away, I know exactly how to handle the Recruit Smart stuff, for example. And if Cal's away, what someone else in the team knows how to handle Prep Smart onboarding. Right now, we've realized there's quite a few bottlenecks in our business. And we only realized that because everyone was pretty much off at the same time. And there's a really interesting thing that you guys can do as well as you grow your Amazon businesses. If you want to figure out how automated and well set up your business is, go away on holiday for a week, don't answer messages, and then come back and see how many fires you're coming back to. And then work on your processes over the year, work on your team structure, get everything in place. And then next time you go away for 2 weeks without responding to your phone and see what fires are coming up then. And then over time, you can go away more and more and more with whilst the business is still fully functional. So this was a bit of a test for us in Seller Smart. All three of us unexpectedly were unavailable at the same time. It's revealed a lot of fires that we need to address. But now next time something like this happens, we're going to be a lot more prepared for it. So thank you all for your patience if you were affected by it. We will set up proper customer support flow channels. So the auto ungator had a bug that Cal fixed, which he's now fixed that. So we'll set up a proper customer support flow for that. Communications was still really good with our prep clients for the most part. Because Ada was there to respond to messages at the prep center, but it got really, really busy. So without Cal's support there, it was tricky. So when we go into the new prep warehouse, we will also probably be hiring a new staff member again. And as I say, documenting and putting guides up for all our processes so we don't have to rely on people too heavily. So I hope you guys understand. I try to be as transparent as possible. We're going to make mistakes as we're growing our business, but I like to think how we respond to those and how we handle it should hopefully give you guys some reassurance that we do care and we're putting a lot of effort into it. So yeah, thank you for letting me explain that. Thank you, Sam. You're a gentleman and a scholar. All right. I just realized I've not had YouTube open at all. Colmore, I wish I could send money, but I will have to use my mum's card. What's the buy box? How old are you, Colmore? How old are you? You said you have to use your mum's card. I'm guessing you're young. If you're lower than 18, you will have to do it with parental consent. The buy box, if you go on Amazon, when you click buy now or add to cart, that's the buy box. and all of the sellers on the listing in the background, they rotate who is in the buy box. So if you go into the buy box, you can see it's sold by Amazon, sold by Sean, sold by Sam, sold by a business. The buy box rotates between the sellers on the listing. If it's an arbitrage or wholesale listing, if it's a private label listing, only the owner of the brand is allowed to sell it. We are not allowed to sell private label brands. Brockwell, you guys use Claude and Keeper API for sourcing. Brockwell, I don't, because we have Seller Smart's built a software that does sourcing. So I don't use that yet. I use Claude for pretty much everything. And in our mentorship, we have a couple of live calls showing people how to utilize AI in their business. And in our software, we're actually going to have Claude MCP integration so that people can connect their AI to our software. We think that's the way that software is probably going. So very exciting. But yeah, definitely utilize Claude. Apparently, the new GPT update is performing better than Claude. I'll believe it when I see it. I personally am not a fan of how GPT responds. I really like how Claude responds.
Yeah, Claude for the win. Definitely.
Athea said, oh, well, congratulations. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Athea, it's okay. Everyone's human. Everyone is human, but I think you guys get it because you're nice people. But some people, if they're interacting with a service business, they don't see you as human. They see you as a servant that has to bow to their whim. And not everyone is like that. There's a term in business where 20% of your clients will cause 80% of your headaches. And for us, we're really lucky. It's literally been maybe one or two people that were difficult. Everyone else has been really cool. But yeah, I like to, if I'm interacting with a business and they're, something's going on, but they're giving me regular updates, as long as they're keeping in touch with me and telling me, I don't mind. But that's because I have patience.
Unfortunately, everyone's the same. Ollie9870 said, how do you get around websites cancelling, blocking orders? HP non-stop blocking my orders. Yeah, HP, you're pretty cooked, mate. There's not really anywhere around HP, to be honest with you. I spammed HP for a year. I must have spent thousands and thousands with them, and yeah, they blocked me and I can't get an order through at all. I've tried different accounts, different cards, different addresses, billing address, new browsers, new VPNs, IPs, everything like that. HP I just can't find a way to get around them, so I just stopped ordering from them. In general, there's a few things you can do. Like, you never really know if a retailer is going to block or sort of cancel your orders unless you sort of try. There's only one way to find out, it's just by trying and seeing what happens. If they do cancel it, you might want to adjust the quantities you're buying. You maybe placing too high orders. A lot of the time you can get around it with new accounts, or use different card details or different browsers and stuff like that. But there's some websites which are just next to impossible. I know Lego used to be that. I haven't been able to order Lego for about 4 years. I've never tried again, to be honest with you. HP are one of those websites. And what else is there? There's a few websites which are just next to impossible to get orders through once they close your account. So it's just one of those things, mate. Take it on the chin, move on, find another product.
Mitchell Stringer, what is it you guys do? I currently have a few wholesale products, but need more. Got money sitting around, not making anything, so capital to spend. Mitchell, we are a unicorn of a company. We are the only company in the UK that has an entire ecosystem for Amazon FBA sellers, where we have every single thing you need at every stage. So we're all sellers in the business. Sam, as you can see from his stats, he's the head coach in our mentorship. So we've got mentoring. If you're interested in that, we could help you there. We've got a prep center, so we can prep your stock. We've got virtual assistants that we can recruit out to you from the Philippines. We have a software that we've developed over the last 2 years. We've got account recovery expert in our team. We've got a discount gift card portal, so you can manufacture your margin and make more money. We've got loads and loads of free resources, and we have some paid courses as well, but we don't market them anymore because people are pretty pissy about online courses these days, which is really weird to me. I've always really enjoyed online courses. I don't know why people hate them so much. I guess that's because there's a lot of grifters out there, but
people pay pretty much, mate. You don't know who to trust.
People pay for uni, don't they?
Wow. Yeah, true. That's the biggest grift going.
So yeah, Mitchell, what I'll do, mate, if you drop us a follow, I'll give you a follow back. Someone in our team will message you, and I can jump on a call with you, and I can give you a hand. Athea, Claude feels much better. Yeah, I'm telling you, Claude is, well, in my experience, Claude is way better than GPT for the most part. Elliot, yeah, can't thank you enough for mentioning Claude. So much better than GPT. Yeah, it is. It's just better. Like almost every single thing I try to do in Claude, I do it in one prompt. Whereas with GPT, it is such a faff. And I'm gonna enhance your game even further. On Claude, you can now talk into your prompt rather than type. You can also use a software called Whisper Flow. You can talk 4 times faster than you can type. So if you can talk to Claude and it annotates your message and sends it as text, you're going to infinitely increase your productivity. Talking into AI is so much better than typing into it. So if you can get in the habit of doing it, I promise it will change your life. And with Whisper Flow, you can use it in every app. So I use it in Discord. I use it in Claude. I use it when I'm responding to text messages. It's very good.
Yeah, I can vouch for Whisper. It is, yeah, very, very good. Someone on YouTube said, "Hi Richard, I'm a thumbnail designer and create high CTR thumbnails for you to get more views. Helps you grow. If you're interested, please let me know." Well, for starters, it'd be good if you got one of our names right, and then we probably consider the message. But I don't think we'll be interested.
Yeah, so my name's Sean and that's Sam. I actually would be interested to see your portfolio because our thumbnails on YouTube need a lot of work. So yeah, reach out to us on Instagram. Let me know. Sam is right though. If you're going to do cold outreach, you want to get that person's name right.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to pitch something to them.
Yeah.
Junaid said, "How much do you charge for coaching? And what did you say you use with Claude?" So coaching, we don't really talk about the price publicly, but we're happy to jump on a call and we can run through and be very transparent with everything that's included, how much it costs, and how the whole mentorship works. The reason we have calls with people is because we want to, I guess, suss people out and make sure they're right for the mentorship. It's a really good community at the moment, and we want to make sure whoever else we bring on is going to match the sort of vibe and the style of the mentorship and everything like that. We have been known to sort of like turn certain people away because they just don't think they're a good fit. So yeah, if you want to get a call booked in, drop one of us a message, mate. Ideally on either Discord or something like that. TikTok's a bit of a pain, but if you follow me, I can follow you back, and then I can send a message, and then we can speak on there. In terms of what do you say you use with Claude? So I use a fair bit with Claude. I use a lot of like automation stuff. To automate a lot of processes, whether it's to do with invoicing or reports. And then I've also created some bots with it as well. So like an OTP bot. So whenever an OTP email gets sent to my email address, I've got a script which will sort of scan through my emails and then flag that up and then send it. So I never have to send OTPs again, which is pretty.
Your mic, Sam, you've frozen. Your mic was cutting out. What you were saying?
Okay. So one of the examples I used was was with OTPs. So Claude, I've sort of created a script which scans all my emails and then sends OTPs to my prep center, so I don't have to send them prep centers manually again. It generates lots of reports for me, and it's mainly for automation stuff. Any task you do which is pretty repetitive and takes up time, I get Claude to simplify that and do that for me. It makes life a lot easier.
Your internet is crapping out again, unfortunately, but we did get the gist of it. Brockwell, what do you think would be a realistic time frame to do FBA full time for me? I put in like £500 a month and don't take anything out. Work hard at AF at it. How do you get ungated in HP? Okay, right. So We have a prompt in the beginners chat section of our free Discord community that you can click on the Claude link and you can put in your personal situation. So if you're reinvesting all of your profits from your sales and you're investing £500 extra per month, you're going to get to that point a lot faster than someone else who's going really slow with it and taking money out. What you need to do is you need to figure out how much money you need to survive per month. Some people that's £2,000, other people that's 3, depending on where you live in the country. Let's say it's £2,000. You want to be able to profit at least double that, so £4,000 a month, and you want to do that 3 months in a row. If you have a strategy that's working, that's the point when you can consider it. When you go full-time with Amazon and you can put full-time hours into it, it will explode. Honestly, it will explode as long as you're utilizing your time correctly. But it's all financial. If you're only making 2K profit and you need 2K to live, if you're taking out that £2,000, you're not reinvesting and growing the business. So it's all about how much you need to survive versus how much you're making over what time period, because it needs to not be luck. It needs to be a strategy that you're following and will keep growing on. That's typically what we would say.
Yeah, definitely. So Brandon has said, I'm experiencing a hard burnout this week. What would you guys recommend doing, or what do you do? So when I experience that, I just kind of take the foot off the gas and then just chill out and don't really think about it for a week or so. Like if you continue to stress over it and continue to work on it, you're just going to make yourself worse. It happens with everything in any business. If you're going to get burnout if you constantly trying to smash it all day in, day out. So I think the best thing you can do is just have a week off, have a weekend off, try not to do anything for a few days, for a week, and just let it sort of tick along in the background and do sort of bare minimal. Because then you kind of refresh yourself. The more you try and do it and the more you try and fight it, you probably just end up making it worse, mate. But we all need a break every now and again.
I take a very different approach. I don't like taking periods of time off because I really struggle to get back in the flow if I do. So for me, what I do is if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's a really strong sign that you're not sleeping enough. You need to sleep better. Ice baths, really, really good for resetting overwhelm, sensation, or anxiety. 4 seconds in through the nose, 7 seconds out through the mouth. Do that for 10 minutes whilst listening to a guided meditation. Really good for overwhelm. If you're overworking, because Brandon, I know you're working a job, I think you might be studying as well, and you're doing Amazon, try to just be realistic with your time in the day. Focus on sleep. I know you're a young lad and sleep isn't important to people who are less than 20, but it really does affect how overwhelmed we get. Sleep is so, so important. Always sleep 7 to 8 hours a night if you can. And remember, building a successful business is about consistency over time, not intensity. It's all well and good going 100 miles an hour for a week solid, but then if you burn and crash out and you lose a month because you can't be asked, that's not good. If one day you go really hard and then the next day you just do what you can, the point is you're being consistent over time. That's what builds successful businesses, not intensity. Obviously, intensity is good now and again, but yeah, just Brandon, I know you're a like fit lad as well. You're in really good shape, so I don't need to tell you to exercise. Exercise is incredible though. Meditation, cold plunging, going for walks, sleeping enough, having positive social interactions with your friends once a week or your family once a week, really, really important. And just mix up what you're doing. So you guys don't know this yet because I haven't released it yet. I have a personal brand podcast that's coming out with my friend Tom. I work 7 days a week, but I mix up the work I do. So on Saturdays, I might do like project work for Seller Smart. Sundays, I might do my personal brand podcast as well as helping my partner with her business. And then through the week, I'm all Seller Smart. If I didn't differentiate a little bit, I probably would feel burnout from the repetition of doing the same stuff every day. I'm not saying that's what you guys have to do, but you know, we're all honest here, aren't we? Like, let's be real. Sourcing sourcing 12 hours a day, 7 days a week is arduous. It gets challenging. It's very repetitive, and it can lead to a lot of dead ends. But if you're consistent, you figure it out over time, and you balance it well with your work schedule, you will be all right. Just don't be too harsh on yourself. Just be kind to yourself, internal monologue, make sure it's positive, and keep moving forwards. Brockwell said, how do you get ungated in HP? We have an HP ungate in our mentorship, don't we?
Yeah, if you got $1,000 to drop on it, it's a very expensive ungate. I'm struggling to find a cheaper one, to be honest with you. It's a tough one to sort.
I was thinking printer paper, that could work.
Possibly. I'm not sure what we've actually got in the group. I don't know off the top of my head. But yeah, it'd be expensive. I think it will be a tough one.
Elliot said, I need to get better at prompts. So to everyone in here listening, you should be utilizing AI. If you're not, don't get left behind. Start utilizing it. Prompt engineering is going to be a very valuable skill for you to learn. And you can learn the majority of it in an hour, maybe even less. Obviously, there's nuance to it. A proper developer is going to be able to prompt better than a random Joe on the street. But learning how to prompt AI properly is a really good idea. And I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm just going to say it's worth your time to spend 1 to 2 hours learning it, for sure. Thea, Elliot, yeah, sometimes have to spend multiple and use up the usage quickly. That is one of the annoying downsides to Claude. Claude is really expensive in comparison to GPT. But the thing is, large language models as a business model don't make any sense. And the only reason they're still going is because the hype around them is so unreal. Investors are pouring billions into it. I think ChatGPT loses something like tens of billions every quarter. They're not making money, and they actually have no game plan to make money yet. And every time they have a game plan to make money, China comes and builds an equally good model and gives it out for free or cheap. So large language models are an interesting business model because they literally do not make sense, but they're an incredible technology. So let's hope they don't try to overcharge too soon. James Pether said, afternoon, mate. Mate, how are you, my friend? How's life? What's the missus? Is she like 22 weeks now? Getting closer, getting very close. Brockwell, I need to make 10K profit a month then. Yeah, well, that's what everyone says because it's social media influence. We like to say aiming for 10K profit a month, really, really good idea. I love that. Don't ever be led astray that just making your salary, just making $2,000 extra a month on top of your salary will change your life. It will change your life completely. 10K is an amazing goal to go for. Getting your salary and doubling it, that will change your life. I promise you. Even if it's 2K and you're turning into 4K, that will change your life.
Even like an extra grand a month, like you can do so much more with that. Even if you just go, it depends what you want from Amazon, right? Like, do you want it to completely replace your income? Do you want it to be like a lifestyle business, which me and Sean sort of preach about a lot? Do you want it to run alongside your 9 to 5, just making a little bit more money? Like making an extra grand a week, 500 quid a week, a grand a month, £500 a month, which you can take out and spend on yourself, family, or anything like that, will make a huge difference to your life and make it so much easier. So don't feel like you need to be hitting these 10, 20 grand months and hitting these targets sort of straight away. You want to do whatever works for you, and I guess everyone's got different goals with Amazon, really, and everyone wants sort of different outcomes. But try not to be blindsided by all these big numbers you see a lot online, and yeah, just do what works for you.
Yeah, I've got a really fun prompt for you guys to do. If you want to feel really depressed about living in the UK, go into Claude and say, how much money do I need to earn as a business to pay myself 10K a month net on your salary? That's a really depressing prompt for you. And then compare it to Dubai. You're going to cry a little bit. Gone till him up? I don't know what that means. Explain why people are turned away. Maybe it can help people have more of a serious approach for the future. Explain why people are turned away. Maybe it can help have more serious approach. I don't know if this is what you meant, but I think we are the only group out there, and I really mean this sincerely. I think we're the only group out there who tells you honestly how Amazon is. And what I mean by that is, yeah, it's really, really good, but bloody hell, is it hard? And they do not make it easy. Amazon are going to, it's like they're going to try to annoy you as much as possible by having such a badly designed system. So people probably get turned away by the fact that it is tricky. It's not as easy as it used to be. The compliance is a lot heavier. There's a lot more rules that you have to follow, and you can't break the rules like you used to be able to. But if you're willing to be consistent and you're willing to put up with the hardships that Amazon throw in front of your feet, you can do really, really well with it. And that's where we come in. When Amazon is not making it easy for you, that's where we can help. That's why our business model is here.
What was that question?
Explain why people are turned away. Maybe it can help people have more serious approach for the future.
Is it? I tell you, I have no idea. I feel like I'm having a stroke trying to listen to that. Is it maybe why we turn people away from the mentorship?
Oh, right. Okay. I get you. Right. So why do we turn people away from the mentorship? Okay. We have been going long enough now that we're very grateful for this. A lot of people have trust in us. We've worked very hard to build that reputation, and we will continue to work really hard to prove when people work with us, we want them to feel that they're getting way more than they expected, not way less. Because of that, some people have come into the sales calls with us. Financially, they haven't been in a position where it makes sense for them, but they've been really desperate to work with us. Whilst that's lovely, and whilst we would love to take people's money, we're also quite honest, and we would be very uncomfortable with people getting into bad financial positions to work with us. So instead, what we've done is we've funneled them into the stuff that we've created that's cheaper or free. We'll help them on the side to build up their cash flow so that when they're at a level that's more comfortable, then they can come back and work with us if they want to. I don't think it's right to put someone in a bad financial position to work with them personally. The other thing is attitude. If you come across like you know it all and you're unwilling to listen to feedback, then we're not going to work with you, because you'd be amazed what you don't know, even if you've been doing Amazon for 3 or 4 years. We've got people in our mentorship who've been doing Amazon for 3 or 4 years, and every single week they're learning stuff they didn't know. And that's because they're amazing people that have open minds. And I mean that for Sam and I as well. Sam and I are still learning in our own ways as well. Like, no one knows everything. So not having an ego, going in with an open mind, and being easy to work with. Honestly, be easy to work with. We're here to support you. And if you're, we had one person, literally one person, every single thing we told him to do, he wouldn't listen. He would make terrible decisions. And then he said he lost faith and Amazon doesn't work. And we had the receipts. Every single thing he did was against our advice. And we're like, how can you work with someone like that? I don't even understand why you would pay for a mentorship and then not listen to the mentor's advice, especially if you're this person was a fairly new seller. They had no idea what they were doing, but they thought they knew everything. It was very challenging, but we parted ways very politely. As I say, we're nice people. We made sure they were happy when they were leaving, but going forward, we were very, very serious that if someone gives us that vibe, we're just not going to work with them. It's just not worth our time.
Yeah, agreed. Brandon said, how do you pay yourself through Amazon, Sam? So I send myself £1 million dividend every month, and then that's how I live just about. So a mix of salary, a mix of dividends. Obviously, I've got a limited company. So you pay yourself a 12,500 something pounds a year as a salary, and then you take the rest as dividends. Obviously, you want to be careful how many dividends you take, because as soon as you get to the higher tax bracket, like 50k or something like that, you're gonna have to pay more tax on the dividends. So it's small salary, the rest dividends. My wife is also on my business as well, so she can also receive dividends. Because she does so much work and she works really hard for my business, so she deserves all the dividends she gets. And that's pretty much how I pay myself. It's pretty straightforward. Like, if you're completely new to running a limited company and tax before, then it can seem like super overwhelming, but it is pretty straightforward. You feel free, mate. You're obviously in the mentorship. Drop me a message if you need help on that front, or any accountant is going to be able to explain the best, most tax efficient way in order to pay yourself.
Yeah, and like you guys will need an accountant earlier than you think. An accountant will help you through this. We work with Smartly. Sam has who's your accountant?
Findlay Todd.
Yeah. So you will need an accountant earlier than you think, and you want to pay for them as early as you can because you can get their advice along the way. So that's where your accountant can help with this kind of financial advice.
So he clarified the question a bit more. He said, I meant more on the scaling side to pay yourself or how to manage it. I don't know what you mean, mate. As in, like, how do I work out how much I should pay myself or like when I should pay myself? Like I pay myself the same amount every single month. So that doesn't change. But that's just because I know how much my business makes every single month. And it doesn't really change drastically. So it's pretty consistent. And I think when I first started, I obviously quit my job after a year, and I knew how much money I was getting paid when I was working 9 to 5, and I just had to replace that. So I realized I was making sort of like 3 times what my 9 to 5 was on Amazon. So I knew I could afford to take out wherever I needed to. So I just sort of took out that, and then the more the business sort of grew, the more I sort of took out if and when I needed it, to be honest with you. But I only take out like what I can afford, and if the business is consistent. Like if I suddenly have a month where I make loads and loads of money, I'm not just going to suddenly take out loads of money from the business. I'm still going to take out whatever I need to, the same amount I need to take, because that could just be like a rare spike, which you might not see every single month, and you don't really want to stunt the growth of your business. Ideally, the more you leave in there, the more it's going to grow, scale, and yeah, the better it will be. But you kind of like, I don't know, as if each month goes on, you kind of get to grips. Like when you get to a point where you're going to start paying yourself, your business should be super consistent, and it should be making the same, if not more money every single month, and it should be going in that right direction. So you should be comfortable enough to take that money out. And then it's pretty clear at that point when you and how much you should take out of the business. If you're not up to that point yet and it's not that obvious, then it's probably not a right time for you to be withdrawing any money from the Amazon business, to be honest.
Yeah, and Brandon, for you specifically, you shouldn't be taking any money out for a long while. Like if you're a new seller, ideally you don't want to take any money out for at least 6 months to a year, because you just want to keep on reinvesting. If you have to or you want to, you can, but it is going to stunt your growth. Just keep reinvesting into it and try and survive. Like I used to do every delivery drive and runs. I've done dog boarding. I've done random gig economy jobs just because I wanted to do anything to leave cash in the business.
Yeah, 100%. Like you leave it in there for as long as possible. Like if you've got a 9 to 5 and you don't need that money, don't take it out. Like keep it in there. You're going to grow so much quicker, and it's going to be so much easier to manage and run the business. As soon as you start taking money out and paying yourself, then your business does take a hit, and you will notice that. So yeah, if you've got a 9 to 5, leave it in there as long as possible. He said, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just planning for once I move to uni. Yeah, makes sense, mate. And even at uni, I suppose, I don't know, I never had a job at uni. I just sort of relied on my student loan the whole time I was there. I don't know about Sean, but I guess
I'm not the best person to ask what they did at uni.
let's change conversation from that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would have loved to have extra money at uni. To be fair, it would have been a lot easier. I guess it depends where you're going to uni, right? Like you're going to uni in London, then yeah, you're probably going to need more money because it's just so expensive. Like depends if you're going to uni up north, probably be better all right with just your sort of student loan. But just try not to like. It's really hard to. It's a hard thing to say, but you try not to live at live outside your means, spend outside your means. I can't remember what the saying is, but
Both of them work.
yeah, because it can be very easy. You see, oh, I've made £500 this month. I can just take that out. I can just go buy a new jumper and bloody bike or whatever. I don't know why jumper and bike were the first thing that came to my head. But like, just try. You need to be sensible. Like you're obviously young, and I was bad when I was young. I must have had about 70 pairs of trainers, and whenever I got paid, I bought a new pair of trainers, and I just end up doing that. So yeah, just try and be careful. Try and live within your means, and then it'll reward you massively if you do that later on down the line, because your business will just grow so much more, and that'd be so much more rewarding than siphoning money out just to spend on I guess crap eventually, right?
Yeah. Athea said, going to have to include spa days in business expenses. With the good accountant and you playing by the rules, obviously, if HMRC is listening, we always play by the rules, but you'd be surprised how much you actually can claim on a business. So always remember that. And ideally, you don't really want your end of year profit to be too high, because you're going to end up paying a lot of corporation tax. So you want to claim everything you can.
You can expense almost anything. It's just how you explain it to HMRC. That is the main thing. And yeah, you need to have a very good reason as to expense certain things. I've expensed things which, I'm not going to say anything else actually.
HMRC's got a line. Mitchell Stringer, I'm now at 10K steady per month and need another set of products to boost it. What is it you guys do? Just a prep center? Mitchell, you asked that earlier in the live, didn't you? And I have a banner here. So we do, I'll say again, just in case you missed it. We are the only ecosystem in the UK that has everything a seller needs. So we've got one-to-one coaching, we've got group coaching, we've got a prep center, we've got virtual assistant recruitment, we've got a software, we've got account recovery, we've got a discount gift card portal, we have a free Discord community with 1,600 members, we've got courses and free downloads, we've got everything. I think you must have missed me saying that to you earlier, but yeah, as I say, give us a follow and let's schedule a call, mate. Sounds like we can help you out.
Brandon said, I'm 100% going to have 15K in Amazon by the time I move to uni. Just keep it in there. Like, trust me, I'm like, I don't know, 15 years older than you probably. Just keep it in there, mate. It's going to be so tempting to take that out. If you don't need it, do not take it. Because although 15K in the grand scheme of things, it is a lot of money, and you can do a lot of stuff with 15K. In Amazon, it's still a lot of money, but that can get swallowed up pretty quickly on stock. And I just think, just play the long game, mate. Just think how it's going to be in a year from now, or 2 years from now, 3 years from now. If you keep that in there, it was just going to make such a big difference, mate. If you just leave it in there. Like, I know one guy who I still speak to him now. He does so well. He's already done 20K this month in profit. And he's younger than me. He must be like 25, I think. And he lived with his parents for ages, and then he just reinvested absolutely everything. And he's been doing it for like 5 years now, and now his business is just unreal, because he lived with his parents. He don't have any kids or anything. Doesn't really, like, he just literally spent the bare minimal, and now he's in a position where he makes loads of money, and now he can treat himself, and now he can splash out, and he goes on nice holidays, he does this, that, and the other, and that is all just from reinvesting. So just honestly, mate, think of the long game, and just try and keep reinvesting that money as much as possible. I know it's very tempting to take a load of cash out and buy a new car or something, but trust me, you'll be rewarded a lot more in a few years to come if you leave it in
there. Brockwell said, I got ungated for £25. I'm guessing you were referring to HP. If so, well done. Very good. James Pether said 21 weeks yesterday. It's going so quick. Yeah, mate, it goes crazy quickly. Brockwell said, no, I spend 5K a month. I mean, okay, that's pretty good. Athea said, does SDK have a free trial? I don't think so. No, it doesn't have one. Mitchell Stringer, your video is around 5 minutes behind your chat, I think. So maybe that's why questions don't make sense. Yeah, I don't know if our chat is behind, to be honest. I think Sam was just letting the flow go. Elliot, you and the team are the most transparent people on here. So many sellers only talk about their 25% net profit. Well, I appreciate you, Elliot. Thank you. Yeah, 25% net profit of any business ever is ridiculously good. If someone is saying that, I can almost guarantee you they have no idea how to control their leakage. I'm almost guaranteeing you they don't know how to control their leakage.
Yeah, if someone says they're running at 25% net profit, I think it's a lie. Especially when it comes to Amazon, I can't see them doing it.
Where did it go? Brody, how much is your mentorship? Looking to find the right guy group to get me started once I have capital. Brody, okay, so we don't talk publicly about the pricing, but if you schedule a call, we'll tell you straight away on the call. In our mentorship, the biggest bit of feedback we hear all the time is, I've done other mentorships. I wish I'd have found you first, because people do other mentorships, often regret it, and then are completely blown away by what they get in ours. So in ours, you get lifetime access, but it's 6 months of coaching. It's 3 months of one-to-one, 6 months in the group. You get free access to our software. You get weekly live calls that are recorded and access to every single historically recorded call. You get access to our auto ungated tool. We're the only company in the world to have built one of those so far. It's amazing. You get one-to-one calls with Sam. At the end of 6 months, if you haven't hit 50K revenue, we will keep working with you until you do. Or if you already sell, it's double your revenue of the last 12 months. We have a really strong guarantee. We only have 5-star reviews. We have 165 positive reviews across the whole company, no negatives. And we're working really hard to keep maintaining that. And any single person in our mentorship would vouch for us, I think. Brandon in this live is in our mentorship. Glenn in here. Welcome, Glenn, by the way. He's in our mentorship. I think anyone would vouch for us that we put a lot of effort in. Brody, which should be soon. Brody, I can't follow you. If you give us a follow, I'll follow you back. We can only message people on TikTok if we follow each other. Someone in our team will drop you a message and we can set up a call and I can have a convo with you if you're up for that. Athea said, opinions on startup loans. Scaling with debt, I would be very careful doing until you've got a strategy that you've proven works. Amazon does have risk. If you've got a strategy that you know works and it's consistent, you're a grown up, you make your own decisions. A lot of people use Amex, Capital on Tap. A lot of people go for the government-backed startup loan if they go that route. Obviously, we can't legally give financial advice, but have a bit of experience first. Get a strategy that works, and then consider it. I would say if you want to.
Yeah, prove the concept. I think once you prove the concept, then you can afford to do something like that. But first, you need to prove that it actually works, and you like doing it, and it's the method for you, really.
Brockwell said, "You've worried me now. As a very high earner, I feel like it's going to be 5 years till I can replace. I'd have to take a pay cut for sure when I go full time." Brockwell, do you enjoy your job? Because if you enjoy your job, don't be too worried about leaving too quick. If you don't enjoy your job, I would say once you've got the strategy that works, the more money you put into it, the faster you're going to be able to leave your job, as long as the strategy is working. Because Amazon is entirely a cash flow business model. So if you have a strategy that's working and you have leads that you can buy, put more of your salary into it, put more of your money into it. Obviously, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying that this is how you can speed up the process. And, you'll be able to get to Sam's numbers in no time if you've got a really high salary job. Cash flow is what kills businesses. So if you've got a really high salary job, you're going to be very secure as you grow and scale yours, because you're going to be able to rely on your salary if you have a bad month. But yeah, as long as you've got a good coach, as long as you're around the right people, and as long as you're making good decisions, you will scale very quickly.
It depends what you want as well. Like, do you want more money? Is that like why you're doing that? Do you want more time? Do you want more freedom? Like, what is it you actually want from Amazon? Like, for me, even if I was getting paid less than what I did in my 9 to 5, I would still do Amazon. Like, for me, it's the time and the freedom which I value so much more than money, to be honest with you. Being able to work whenever I want to work, and yeah, just being able to go away, being able to spend time with the family, kids, all that sort of thing, that means far more to me than any money would. So I guess you want to just weigh up the pros and cons of each business, to be honest with you.
I've got really exciting news.
Is he about to pop?
No, well, okay, I've ruined it now, but I'm impossible to buy presents for because I'm not really into materialism. I don't really care about stuff. My partner knows me so well. She bought me a cold plunge barrel with a chiller, and the guy's just called me to say he's delivering it. So I'm going to go and I'm going to cold plunge in a barrel.
You go now, are you?
Well, he's just parking up outside to deliver it. So as soon as I hear him at the door, I'm gonna. It's like a really big barrel, so I'm probably. Hold on, let me see if Rosita's okay to receive him because I think they do carry it out for you. Let me just double check.
just leave her to carry it in for you.
Yeah, just like heavily pregnant, carrying a barrel. Bro, what a 335D 500 bhp? What does that mean? Are you still there, Sam?
Yeah, say that again.
What a 335D 500 bhp question mark. I don't know what that means, unfortunately.
Sounds like a car spec, but I have no idea.
Yeah, maybe. Elliot, it's so BS, actually frustrating because people fall for it and spend money on their course. Yeah, honestly, the single biggest feedback we get all the time is, I wish I'd have heard about you guys sooner. And as I say, 100% positive reviews, really, really strong guarantee. If you're going to work with anyone, seriously, like have a call with us. We will put more effort into working with you than anyone else. I guarantee it. I guarantee it with a 50K guarantee, in fact. And when you're working with us, you get an entire team of people working with you for 6 months. It's not just one guy. He's calling me again, Sam. Give me 1 sec. Keep talking.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. But yeah, if 100% what Sean said, pretty much, like we've only had positive reviews. I feel like we're very trustworthy people. We tell you how it is. We don't beat around the bush. We tell you the bad things with Amazon. We tell you the good. We don't try and fluff it up to make it seem like it's something it's not. There's lots of guys to help here. We've all got different experience in, I guess, running businesses, selling on Amazon, and everything like that as well. So we can, yeah, we're all here to help you as much as possible. So yeah, definitely. If you're sitting on the fence or you are interested, then yeah, please let us know because we will be able to. I'm sure we'll be able to do something and make it work.
Okay, matey boy's just told me he can't bring it into the house. He's got to drop it off at the curb, and it weighs like 30 kilos. So unfortunately, are you okay to just keep talking? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go. I can't leave a pregnant woman to deal with this.
All right, mate. Enjoy, and we'll pay you back on Monday.
Oh, there's so many questions on my side as well. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. We will we'll pay attention to them and we'll answer them in our free Discord community after the live. I've got to go. She's yelling at me. Right. Have a good one. See you later.
See you later.